I work more for the television side, and in India alone we have close to 40 million. In the UK we are available on 818 Sky, and most weeks we do top the list amongst the diaspora channels. Yes, previously it was quite, our group gives us an opportunity to do a lot of different, it's a horizontal platform where you could be a broadcast journalist who is writing for web, as well as if they want, they could have their stories published in their magazines. So it's a very, and they'd like you to have a Twitter presence and social media presence, and they encourage, in fact, one of the questions in our appraisals is what kind of social media following you have. So and how are you developing yourself as a journalist? You could write books. So all that is inclusive of us as a role. It's different thing how much people are able to do, but that they do provide that kind of platform or plethora of opportunities. India Today Group, I mainly work for television, and I have worked with them for a very long time. It will be close to a decade now between India and the UK, and I've seen seen the change within the organization also reflects the kind of change that's happening in the world, which I see here, that there is more and more of merging of these platforms, because news is just so multi-platform news that you have to be well versed from radio to television to writing, and that will give you a push in your career, I feel. So yes, now we have an office that is merged office, so we have a whole big huge team, and you can pool in talent from each side. I'll speak for myself. You see, newspaper or television, you do a show, you do a news, it comes and it goes. For us, digital provides us a platform to make it forever, if you like, because video didn't have that kind of shelf life, but now it has a very strong shelf life when it comes, as opposed to the print. Print you can still take out and read, and now even print is so digital, so that's the plus point. And all my shows that I do, a lot of my news and a lot of the channel has very huge digital presence, from Facebook Lives to YouTube channels to Twitter, and so all of that. So this is the plus point, of course. But when you think of the journalism today, everyone, I think, is a journalist, and they can be through their Twitter, through their opinion. It is just to use it intelligently and pick and choose it. So it does provide us with a challenge, but it's a challenge which I think we should lap up, and there is no option but not to. Amazingly. So I'll give you an example. We just recently did a case, and that was a very important case for us. While we were in the work on the way to the courtroom, we already had that particular person. From his Twitter feed, we saw that he's got a verdict, he's bailed out or whatever, and most of the channels started running that news, while it turned out to be that some guy faked his account, his picture, and came up with that kind of. So you have to be extremely careful, especially for journalists like us who are who are really running against time, when it's breaking news time, when things have blast situations, when it is all the attacks that have happened, or any such breaking news, fast developing story. Checking your source and being right, I would think, is the first priority I would give. Minimum 2 to 3 sources, and correct sources. And also, it's very challenging for us to Google everything, Wikipedia everything, and then click on the link for more information. But then, what is the source of that link? It does need some kind of labor if you want to be accurate, and I think accuracy is extremely important. At least that's the difference that we bring as journalists, as opposed to just citizen journalists, which I really value, because they give us a lot of information. When it's Parsons Green attack, Charlie Hebdo attack, people who are on witness on the ground, they give us a lot of insight into it. but then we have to have some responsibility. It's quite something, the algorithms and using robots to do this. From this to the driverless cars, I think this kind of techie world is a challenge which I think we'll be able to defeat, but let's see where we go with that. So that's one thing I'm really looking forward to. More platforms, social media platforms, and to get more accustomed with it, I think. I don't know what is coming. We just have to lap it up. We just have to be somehow ready. And it's like a constantly fast developing story. This world of media is just developed so much, from a big camera to a medium camera to an iPhone. I think we've come a very long way and there's a long way to go. So we're just ready for it.